stage. She untied her apron, revealing an azure blue prairie-style dress that was a mite too small for her portly frame. "Mind if I leave you alone for a moment while I fetch the merchandise I ordered?" Nell didn't mind being alone in the store or out on a deserted prairie. As a matter of fact, she preferred solitude, no one yammering in her ear, no one telling her what to do. "I don't mind at all. But how about if I go with you, Mrs. Miller? Help you carry in your things?" Acutely aware of the men's denims, plaid shirt, and leather jacket she wore, Nell followed Maud out the door, pondering what dressing like a lady would feel like. A gust of wind whipped the hat hanging down her back, held secure by a twisted leather stampede string. She didn't have time to wonder about silly things like that, not with chores to do and horses to be worked. Besides, she liked her life just fine. By the time the stagecoach had settled and the horses stood quietly in their harnesses, the shotgun messenger was up top with the freight, and the driver stood in front of the open coach door. Maud and Nell crossed the street, a loud clap of thunder making them both duck. The strength of the wind practically pushed them back one step for every two forward. Several other merchants had braved the wind to see what the stagecoach brought, and they formed a loose circle around the driver. Seth, along with Albert and Tom, watched from several doors down in front of the jail.
"Come out, sweetie,"
the driver coaxed. He put out his hands in supplication to someone inside the stage and smiled from behind a shaggy beard come alive by the wind.
"No one here's gonna hurt you."
After several seconds, he dropped his hands and turned to the crowd.
"Ain't no use. I can't get her out for the life of me."
"What's this? What's going on?" Maud asked. Nell followed close behind and rose up on tiptoe to peek into the window of the coach. A young girl sat alone on the bench, a darling little ragamuffin no more than 6 or 7 years old. Even in her disheveled state, she was a beauty. Her legs were tucked up underneath a calico dress, and she gripped a crocheted doll in her hands. Maud pushed past the driver. "Oh, she looks frightened to tears, Mr. Martin." Her voice softened to barely a whisper. "Where'd you get her?" The child's eyes followed a pattern. They studied the door, moved to one window, then the other, before pausing on her doll, then back to the door. From there, she started all over again. She reminded Nell of a skittish weanling just taken from her mama. Mr. Martin shook his head.
"She boarded with an old woman in Denver. Could have been her grandma."
Maud straightened up, alarmed. "What do you mean? Where is this woman?" Mr. Martin waved his hand, put a finger to his lips.
"Shush, ma'am."
Maud pulled back, red-faced.
"She went to meet her maker yesterday."
Mr. Martin spoke as quietly as he could over the growing storm.
"The tyke won't say a thing except her first name. And she's blind."
Maud placed her hand over her mouth. "Oh, my! That's horrible!" Nell stepped closer to the door. "Do you know anything about her?" Mr. Martin hoisted a tan carpet bag that had been lowered from the roof and handed it over.
"This was the woman's. Had a note pinned inside."
He slid a folded scrap of paper from the pocket of his denims. "May I see it?" Nell asked. By now, the prolonged activity at the stage had drawn Albert, Tom, and Seth down the street. One by one, they glanced inside the coach as Nell read the note aloud. "Please deliver Maddie to Brenna Lane in Logan Meadows. The child is blind, so I appreciate you looking out for her. Thank you, Cora Baxter." Nell looked from face to face. "To Brenna Lane?" The widow already had 3 children of her own, plus a boy she'd taken in last year. Is Brenna kin?
"Do you know why she died?"
Albert Preston asked. The lines on the sheriff's forehead bespoke his concern. Mr. Martin shrugged.
"She felt weak when she went to bed. Didn't wake up the next day. Her grave's back at the Gold Bug stage stop."
Albert nodded as he took the note and carpet bag. "Has the child eaten anything lately?" Nell asked. "She looks hungry, and more than a bit scared."
"Breakfast. I done the best."